I'd like to introduce the table topic master for today. He's someone that really knows what he wants, really passionate about helping people achieve their goals. Please help me welcome my good friend, Mark Thompson.
I'll call him. Okay. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters.
Good afternoon.
One more time. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters.
Good afternoon.
It's about excitement, and I'm excited to be here today. And before we get going again, I'm going to be your table topic master. I want to bring the energy level up just a little bit. So I want everybody that can hear the sound of my voice to repeat after me. I feel good.
I feel good.
I feel great.
I feel great.
I'm ready to learn more.
I'm ready to learn more.
So I can earn more.
So I can earn more.
To high five somebody to the left and right and say, I got a big dream. Got a big dream. That's what it's about. Now that is a snapshot I want to see. Smiles on your faces. And again, I'm honored to be here today. Again, I will be your table topic master. And really the goal of table topics is I'm going to present some lucky person out here, very lucky, a question, an impromptu question. Now we all come across impromptu questions, like in an interview. They ask you impromptu questions. So that is a skill, a very important skill that we must learn to improve on, or as I say, become more effective. Everybody say effective.
Effective.
Become more effective with what we do. Now, also, when I do ask this question, I want whoever is the lucky person when I ask two questions is to try to include the word of the day. Now you say to yourself, well, why do we need a word of the day? Well, one day when you're out being paid to speak at some corporation, you might want to remember their name. Is that a good thing? So that's why we practice a word of the day, so you can incorporate that. Let's say you're at Blue Shield or somewhere. You want to be sure to say Blue Shield so they feel included in your talk. So our time constraints for our table topics will be given by Mr. Matt Duget.
Okay, so I'll give the time constraints for table topics. It's the same idea. It's for practice. We're all here for self-improvement. We're practicing. And this stuff, in my opinion, is for when you run into somebody that you've got 1 minute, minute and a half to speak to. You've had enough practice where you're comfortable in that situation. You've given an off-the-cuff, hey, Mr. Realtor, this is why you want to work with Matt Mortgage Guy. So with that being said, table topics are between 1 and 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll do the green light. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, I'll do the yellow light. At 2 minutes, I'll do the red light, and the person knows they have 30 seconds to conclude their table topics.
As table topic master, I have a great latitude on what questions I can ask. But it's something more than just the questions, because I can come up here and ask you to explain quantum physics, and most of us, as myself included, would be a little lost. But then I could ask you, well, what did you do yesterday? And that's pretty easy, because you know what you did yesterday. But my goal is to compel you to answer the question. And I want you to think. So I'm going to ask two questions. And the first question, I'm hoping maybe a more advanced Toastmaster member might grab it. Again, it won't be too hard. And then the second one will open it up to everybody or anybody who wants to answer that question. Now again, keep in mind, what we do here in table topics is like practice. Like if anybody plays sports, basketball, where we're in practice and we have to shoot the ball in practice. We can't just wait till the game and shoot the ball. We have to shoot the ball in practice. And speaking is a skill you cannot learn on paper. It's something that you must do in practice daily. You can't just learn it on paper. So it's about action. Okay, first question. And again, I'm going to open it up to maybe the more advanced Toastmasters. It's not a hard question. Here's the question. If there's someone you wanted to meet that you admire, who would it be? So if there's someone you admire that you've always wanted to meet, who would it be and why? And again, I'm going to ask maybe one of the more advanced Toastmasters to maybe take that question. Any takers? Because I can call upon anyone. This one should know that. So any takers? Otherwise I call, and I won't call on the speakers because they've already done something. So I'm going to call on our club president, Mr. Tariq, who's hiding over there in the corner. Come out, man.
working hard. I was hoping one of you would take it. But absolutely. The person I would like to meet is the person I've been trying to get hold of for the last 4 or 5 years. It's my high school English teacher. I'll be honest, and it's a little touchy because I feel like when I started high school, I did not speak a single word of English. I met her in the freshman year, and she was an inspirational person to me. That's how I felt. People made a lot of, they left memories on me. And that's why I kind of have an attraction toward that. Anyway, I look her up every year. She was a teacher, retired in 2009. I look her up every year since then to try to meet her. And I do that close to the Mother's Day. And I did the same thing. My coworker probably remember I was telling her I'm going to make a speech out of this someday. But today I'm going to talk about it just in a little 1 to 2 minutes. She helped me overcome the struggle of comprehending the English language. I've been trying to get hold of her to make her feel special. And finally, this past couple of weeks before the Mother's Day, we actually found her address, found her information, and we went there not once, not twice, but 3 times. I went along with my wife and my 9-month-old kid. And we wanted to meet her, but at the same time, I think they're out of the state, they're selling their house. So we couldn't get hold of her. I also went to the church to find her. She's a member there. And I left my flower, my card, and a note for her to get back to me if she is still around. But I'm trying to make her feel special because she helped me overcome my dreams. Mr.
That's what it's about, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it's about. Now, the next question is for everybody, or anybody in this room. And it's something that we've all probably thought of, but maybe not defined it on paper. So my question to you, how do you define success? One more time. How do you define success? And I'm looking for a brave volunteer to answer that question. And keep in mind, there is no right or wrong. No right or wrong in this. It's just how you define success. One person. Gentleman back there. If you can give your name and your name.
My name's Kenneth Wright. The question's actually kind of a trick question, at least in my mind, because for me, success doesn't have a simple, single answer as to what it means. Success can mean a lot of different things, depending on what you're looking for success in. Success in your personal life is going to look a lot different than success in your business life. Success in business, working as a professional, for me personally, success means to become a well-respected person in my field. Somebody that people know that they can come to me and can rely on me to get the job done. For me, that's success. It's not a number on my paycheck, although that's nice. But that's not how I measure that. It's the respect from my coworkers and other people in the industry and people that know me. In my personal life, it's similar. People, having people that care for me, people that respect me as a person, and people that I know I can count on, and people who know that they can count on me. That to me is a personal degree of success. And that's how I would call that, that's how I would define success personally. And then there are, in other, fields of your life. But in all cases, attaining that level of success means overcoming a lot of different challenges, getting to know people, letting yourself be known by other people. Because generally, that's a very scary thing. Anytime you go into a new field, new work field, anytime you go into a new relationship, anytime you get to know new people, it's scary. And overcoming that fear is a major factor in attaining that degree of success.
If I can call on our timer for our table topic talks.
Sure. Tariq spoke for 1 minute and 46 seconds. Ken did great, 1 minute 55 seconds, so they're both within the time constraints.
I want to thank our table topic participants and thank them for having the courage to come up here because it's not easy to come up here. And I look at Toastmasters in this sense that we come to Toastmasters because we want someday to give our dreams a voice. And that's what we do here. We give our dreams a voice. Without further ado, turn the control over to our meeting to our Toastmaster, Twan.
Was that great? That was great. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Tariq. Next up on the agenda